Welcome back to our channel for another exclusive deep dive into the explosive world of Los Angeles fashion, power, and family drama. Today is a thrilling day to unpack some of the most jaw-dropping revelations we have ever seen on our screens. Let's get right into the heart of the latest shocking developments. The atmosphere within the towering glass walls of Spencer Publications has been nothing short of electric lately. Bill Spencer, the undisputed magnate of the publishing and corporate world, has been riding an unprecedented high. Alongside his newly reunited wife, Katie Logan Spencer, Bill has orchestrated one of the most aggressive and successful corporate maneuvers in recent history. The debut fashion collection of the Logan brand is currently a massive global success, its dazzling imagery broadcasted on digital billboards across the world. Bill is in his absolute element, waging a ruthless, all-out corporate war against Forrester Creations. He has successfully lured Hope Logan away from Steffy Forrester's oppressive regime, brought his sharp-minded son Wyatt Spencer back to Los Angeles to serve as a top executive, and reinstated his fiercely loyal assistant, Allison Montgomery. To Bill, the chessboard is perfectly set, and he is the grandmaster holding all the winning pieces. He feels completely invincible, ready to crush Ridge and Steffy Forrester beneath the heel of his expanding empire. However, the illusion of absolute control is often the most fragile thing in Los Angeles. Just as Bill is hounding his executives and preparing his next lethal strike against Forrester Creations, the heavy mahogany doors of his executive office are violently thrown open. The intruder is none other than Shauna Fulton. Shauna's return to the city has been highly anticipated, especially given the rumors that her daughter, Flo, had leaked highly confidential intelligence regarding the Logan brand's expansion. Bill expects Shauna to march in demanding a lucrative job, a piece of the corporate pie, or perhaps attempting to leverage some minor corporate secret to secure her financial future. He is prepared to dismiss her, to swat her away like a minor annoyance in the grand scheme of his corporate warfare. But Shauna does not walk in with the demeanor of a beggar or a petty blackmailer. She walks in with the terrifying confidence of a woman who is holding a detonator to Bill Spencer's entire existence. Shauna's chaotic energy immediately suffocates the room. She ignores Bill's demands for her to leave his sanctuary and instead approaches his desk with a predatory gleam in her eyes. The news she carries is not about stock prices, stolen designs, or corporate espionage. It is a revelation so profoundly earth-shattering that it threatens to rewrite the entire history of the past year. With a chilling calmness, Shauna looks Bill dead in the eye and dismantles his reality piece by piece. She reveals that Luna Nozoa, the vibrant young woman whom the entire city of Los Angeles had mourned, the woman whose supposed murder had cast a long, dark shadow over Forrester Creations and deeply traumatized those involved, is not dead. The words hang in the air, paralyzing the publishing magnate. Luna is alive. The sheer impossibility of the statement causes Bill's mind to reel. For months, the narrative surrounding Luna's tragic demise had been accepted as an absolute, devastating truth. The speculation, the grief, the lingering questions surrounding Melissa Dillon's potential involvement in the tragedy, all of it had been cemented into the foundation of their lives. To hear Shauna casually state that Luna is breathing, living, and hiding is a psychological shockwave that leaves Bill entirely speechless. He immediately accuses Shauna of playing a sick, twisted game, of fabricating a cruel lie to extort him. But Shauna is thoroughly prepared for his denial. She reaches into her designer bag and slowly, deliberately, slides a high-resolution photograph across the polished surface of Bill's desk. Bill's eyes lock onto the image, and the air is violently, forcefully expelled from his lungs. The photograph is undeniably authentic. It depicts Luna Nozoa, looking radiant and very much alive, standing near the sprawling windows of what is clearly a luxurious, high-end apartment in Paris. The iconic Parisian skyline is visible in the background, framing her in a world of hidden opulence. But it is not the confirmation of Luna's survival that makes Bill's blood run completely cold. It is what Luna is holding in her arms. Cradled gently against her chest is a newborn baby boy. Shauna's voice cuts through the deafening silence of the office, delivering the final, fatal blow. She explicitly points to the child in the photograph, demanding that Bill look closely at the infant's face. As Bill's trembling hands lift the photograph closer, his heart plummets into his stomach. The newborn boy possesses a pair of piercing, unmistakable eyes. They're the exact same eyes that stare back at Bill every time he looks in the mirror. They are the eyes of the Spencer bloodline. Shauna's voice drops to a sinister whisper as she confirms what Bill's terrified mind is already piecing together. The child is his. She maliciously reminds him of that one fateful, reckless night, a night shrouded in secrecy and poor judgment, asserting with absolute certainty that the newborn in Paris is the direct result of their indiscretion. Bill Spencer has another son. The psychological devastation of this moment cannot be overstated. Bill is a man who prides himself on protecting his family, his legacy, and his empire. The sudden materialization of a secret heir, born to a woman everyone believed was dead, is a catastrophic vulnerability. His mind races back to the past, desperately trying to reconcile the memory of that fateful night with the glossy reality of the photograph in his hands. The guilt, the shock, and the sheer terror of the implications crash over him like a tidal wave. He is looking at his own flesh and blood, a child hidden away in a luxury Parisian apartment, completely isolated from the Spencer dynasty. The immediate and most explosive threat this revelation poses is to his newly re-established marriage to Katie Logan Spencer. Bill and Katie have fought through decades of profound betrayal, heartbreak, and bitter divorces to finally find their way back to one another. Their renewed vows are the emotional foundation upon which the entire Logan fashion brand is currently built. Katie has placed her ultimate trust in Bill once again, standing by his side as they challenge the Forster legacy. If Katie discovers that Bill fathered a child with Luna Nozawa, and that Luna is secretly alive, the betrayal will be absolute and irreversible. It will not just break Katie's heart, it will shatter her entire reality. The fragile trust they have meticulously rebuilt will instantly disintegrate into ash, and Bill knows with terrifying certainty that Katie will walk out the door and never look back. Furthermore, the destruction of his marriage would trigger a catastrophic collapse of his corporate ambitions. The Logan brand's meteoric rise is entirely dependent on the united front presented by Bill and Katie. They are currently facing a looming, multi-million-dollar lawsuit from Eric Forster over the alleged theft of his couture designs. To survive this legal onslaught and continue their hostile takeover of the fashion industry, Bill needs Katie's strategic mind and the inherent goodwill of the Logan name. If Katie publicly abandons him amidst a sordid paternity scandal involving a woman who faked her own death, the Spencer-Logan alliance will implode. The media will devour the scandal, investors will panic, and Ridge and Steffy Forster will ruthlessly exploit the chaos to annihilate the Logan brand once and for all. Beyond the immediate emotional and corporate fallout, Shauna's revelation introduces a gargantuan legal and financial nightmare. The Spencer Empire is a multi-billion-dollar global conglomerate. Liam and Wyatt Spencer are the established, recognized heirs to the throne. The existence of a newborn Spencer son fundamentally alters the entire landscape of Bill's legacy. Luna Nozawa is currently hiding in Paris, but she holds the ultimate trump card. At any moment, she could return to Los Angeles, step into the spotlight, and legally demand a massive portion of the Spencer inheritance for her son. Right in the middle of a boiling corporate war, where Bill needs his assets and his focus to be absolute, he is now facing the terrifying prospect of a paternity lawsuit that could drain his resources and fracture his family. Shauna Fulton, standing triumphantly in his office, knows exactly how much power she holds. She is not merely sharing gossip. She is holding the detonator to a thermonuclear device aimed directly at Bill's life. Why is Shauna revealing this now? The timing is meticulously calculated. She knows Bill is incredibly vulnerable despite his outward projections of power. By possessing the ultimate secret, Shauna has positioned herself to demand whatever she desires. Whether she wants a massive financial payout, a high-ranking executive position within the expanding Logan brand, or the power to dictate Bill's moves against the Forresters, she now has the leverage to force his hand. Shauna is using Bill's own flesh and blood as a ruthless bargaining chip. This explosive confrontation in the executive suite is the undeniable catalyst for a new, unprecedented family war. The battle lines that were previously drawn around fashion designs and corporate titles are about to be completely redrawn in blood. If Shauna's secret leaks out to the broader public, the collateral damage will be staggering. Brooke Logan, who is already fiercely protective of her sister Katie, will unleash her unbridled fury upon Bill. Ridge Forrester, who shares a deeply complicated and toxic romantic history with Shauna, will inevitably be dragged into the crossfire, potentially reigniting old love triangles and bitter resentments. Bill Spencer is now trapped in the most agonizing dilemma of his life. He must decide whether to submit to Shauna Fulton's extortion to keep the secret buried, or to take the monumental risk of confessing the truth to Katie before it inevitably explodes in the press. He must find a way to verify the existence of the Parisian apartment and the child without alerting the media or the Forresters. He is a man who is used to playing offense, but Shauna has just forced him into a desperate, terrifying game of defense. The revelation that Luna Nozawa is alive and raising a Spencer heir is not just a scandal. It is a seismic event that will tear the fabric of Los Angeles society apart. As Bill stares at the photograph of his hidden son, he realizes that the war he thought he was fighting against Forrester Creations is nothing compared to the war he is about to fight for his marriage, his empire, and his own survival. The countdown has officially begun, and the explosion is going to be magnificent.